Are you looking for another JRPG to get stuck into? Well, Eiyuden Chronicles may have you covered. Hello, welcome to the Critically Curious. I'm a Monk, and today, yes, we are doing a review for Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes. Now, this game has been published by 505 Games, and it's been developed by Rabbit and Bear Studios. Now, it's actually their first ever title, and this game itself is actually a spiritual successor to one of the great old school JRPGs called Suikoden. Now, unfortunately, that franchise may have got drowned out by Final Fantasy, but it's really good to see that those guys have got together and given us a brand new game to get stuck into. Now, yes, this is a JRPG. It's a classic at that. In other words, there's turn-based combat and everything that you could expect to find within it. You've got your party members, you've got your open map exploration, you've got recruitable companions, you've got magic, you've got puzzles, and rather unexpectedly, you've got voice acting. Now, within this game, you are a young mercenary called Noah, and the general idea is that you're going to build up your mercenary clan. And yes, this game does boast over 100 recruitable heroes. Some of them are a little bit forgettable, but the great deal of them are very in-depth, really cool to recruit, and each of them has their own little benefits. And as I play through this game, I find it interesting how some characters, some companions, you can kind of just walk up to, talk to, and they're pretty much straight join your party, while others will give you a mission. It could be a side mission, it could be something completely unrelated to the main mission itself. You have to go ahead and complete that little task, go back to them, and you're able then to recruit them into your team. Others will only be unlocked or recruitable after certain major story updates, and some of them are linked to the story as well. I think a big part of this game is going out, seeking out and recruiting all of the characters that are available in this game, because it's kind of the biggest gimmick here. Now, the combat works rather well. You have 6, yes, that's right, guys, you have 6 playable companions that you are using at any given time. You have a front line and a back line, and then you also have extra troops that you can switch in and out as you need. And as well as all of the little random encounters that you're going to get on the world map or in certain dungeons, you've also got bosses. And my god, do you have a lot of bosses to attack. Some of these bosses, especially on the harder difficulties, can be very difficult, but they all seem to have their own little gimmick. You know, a mechanic within the game to either help you beat them a little bit quicker, or of course to hinder you as well, as I found out a couple of times. But honestly, I love this kind of twist, because when it comes to the bosses, you're never really sure what you're going to get, and the combat can get a little bit repetitive. There is also an auto battle, so if you don't like all of the battles, you can just allow your troops to take care of the menaces, and you can also tweak it so you can get them not to use that all-important MP if needed. And of course, when you end up defeating the enemies within this game, you are going to get that all precious experience and watch your troops level up as well. When it comes to actually leveling up, you do get to find pieces of armor. You can buy armor and trinkets and weapons and all that kind of stuff and kit your troops out as you see fit, which again is just something we're going to love within RPGs in general. Now, at times, this game can be a little bit drawn out, maybe even a little bit too slow, but I love the art style within this game, and I like the music, the background music that it has as well. I think everything just fits so well. There's even these classic save crystals too, which just bring me back to, you know, the old school Final Fantasy games, and there's a real bit of nostalgia as you jump into this world. Now, I wouldn't say this game is perfect by any means, but in the time that I've played it, I've had no issues whatsoever. This is a brand new game releasing in 2024, and it released pretty perfect. The only real issue I found is because on the next gen consoles, you've got the auto resume. It's sometimes a little bit glitchy with the auto resume. But if you just load a fresh game up, you're all good and golden. Apart from that, we've had no issues whatsoever. And this game does boast voice acting. Now, this isn't 100% voice acted because, hey, this is a JRPG. If you've ever played Pokemon, if you've ever played Final Fantasy, there's a lot of NPCs in this world. And it's handy and helpful to try and talk to every single one of them, but the vast majority have voice acted lines, and I've got to admit it's done pretty good too.
Love and justice! So, we done here?
Yep! Grimoires deployed, monster destroyed. And now folks out there don't have to worry about a torrent of evil magic wrecking their day. You did good, Noah. Thanks.
Happy to be of service.
So, here's an idea. Why don't we keep this tag team going? Except I'll help you now. It's only fair.
After many hours playing this game, I was honestly very impressed by just the sheer amount of voice acted lines within this, because very often than not, JRPGs are just text based, so it is something they could have just purely left out, but I think it adds just so much more to the game, especially bringing out something like this in today's market. Now, this isn't a cheap game. It will set you back around £44, depending on which platform you're buying it on, of course. And there is also a deluxe version of this setting you back around £65. So it is, you know, pretty much a full game price. I think it's probably a AA game price, to be honest with you. And it will take you around 40 to 60 hours to complete. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to wait to find this game on sale, which I'm sure it will be in the future. It is on the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Switch. It's on the old gen consoles and the new gen consoles as well. It's also, though, on Game Pass. So if you're looking to, you know, pick it up and play it and test it out before you sink that kind of money into it, there is a way of doing so. For me personally, I think this is a very interesting game, and one in which I think does deserve picking up and playing. But if you do end up picking up and playing it, or if you've already started to, obviously this review's a little bit later than others, but let me know down in the comments what you think of this game so far, and of course your favorite recruitable companion too. For me, it's got to be Francesca. You find her right at the beginning of the game, and you gotta have a healer in your party no matter what difficulty you're playing on. But guys, if you stuck around to the very end of this review, don't forget to comment red banana down below. Just confuse all those people that didn't watch to the very end, or that are simply new to the channel. And until next time, I've been a monk, we've been Inquisitor Kudos, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, happy gaming.
And what is it you wish to do, then?
Good question. I guess I just want to help people, if I can.